What's up, Flowboarders, and welcome back to another one of our fabulous roundtable discussions. Joining me as always, I've got Josh Ornelas, and I got my man TK over there. Josh, we just got back from Margaritaville. What would be one of the premier stops for the 2025 U.S. Flow Tour? What are your thoughts, and how cool was that event?
I mean, we knew it was going to be big, but it was huge. It was action packed from start to finish. From the second registration started, it was just people were coming up. People were excited. They were long days, they were hot days, but I could not be happier with the turnout, the community, the excitement, Margaritaville as a host, all the sponsors. It was just a full community effort, and the weather was perfect.
Yeah, not only was it not only was it perfect, not only was it hot, we saw some fantastic riding in all divisions as expected. The 2025 bar has been risen. TK, what were some of the highlights that you saw out there?
Well, this was our longest one for sure. 10 hours of just incredible riding. But I wish the wave was facing the other way. To have the beach in the background would have been so nice, or just another camera facing the opposite direction. But man, it was hot, and that wave was perfect. That wave rode so good. I just didn't perform.
It happened.
Critical as always, but nonetheless, we also had a lot of fun. Josh, taking away for some of the riding this weekend, we saw Scott Callens take another victory. We saw Monica take another victory. In those stand-up games, we saw some of the most epic riding to the point in quarterfinals. You guys came down to near decimal placements on how close some of the action was. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we'll start with the pro men. I mean, like you said, there was a group of death already. Like right off the bat, you had Danny, Brad Spencer came out, Zach Shub, and I don't even remember who else was. Was it Nate Murray? I don't even remember who that fourth person
Nate.
was. I mean, that was the group of death right off the bat. That's a final. Honestly, what was really cool with pro is we're maxing out pro men flowboard at 16. That is something I've been talking about doing, but it had to happen. So some of the outlaw riders that want to go pro, they had to ride in, and it made that outlaw division that much more exciting. And one of the guys who was actually in that outlaw was on the outside looking in, hometown hero James. But he actually he got that third, got on the podium to make it, and his riding actually got better as the contest, and he made semifinals. So that was really huge. Like you said, Scott, he's locked in right now. He wants to run a table. And then shout out Luke Newman getting second place. I was, on the podium. And then also Bill Jones. I know he wanted the dub, but he made the podium. That's back-to-back podium. I know he had injuries last year. He's on a heater right now as well. So really excited to see how Bill, but all the riding. You had Zach Shub from Boca going for that switch laser flip. One of my favorite tricks. TK landed that in Thailand. All the boys crushed it. And to the women, I mean, I thought that was one of the best turnout of women riding we've had in the U.S. You had Monica. She absolutely attacks the wave, and that's so awesome to see. Christy, Maddie, Kelly, Hannah, the list goes on. I mean, those girls were landing tricks, getting scores, and it's just really exciting to see women progress, and then women bodyboarding. It was a great turnout. You had Megan Taylor there, Jen Betts. She's been, she's the number one girl in the U.S. last year. She wants that title, and then we have the young gun winner. So there's so many names. That's the best part right now. There's such good riding from top to bottom in these pro divisions, and then outlaw, like we already touched on right there. Seeing Hernan from Orlando get the dub, and Andres always throwing some great tricks. You have Jackson Myers just missed that podium, Tristan, and then David White maybe threw the best trick I saw just after he got knocked down, but that Chevrolet Hill, landed it 3 times in a row. So, like you said, it's fireworks, it's exciting, and the riding is top notch.
Yeah, TK, from your vantage point, you saw the live stream numbers were pretty big from this weekend. It felt like everyone who wasn't there tuned in and got to check out this awesome riding. What did you think of that?
Yeah, 1,100 people within the 9 hours, and I mean, we've gotten up there like 8 or 9 hour long streams, but this one being 10 hours and having 1,000 people join in throughout the day. And that's 1,100 unique people. So typically we get, I'd say maybe half that of unique viewerships, and then people watch it a handful of times. But to get 1,100 people and probably, I don't know how many tens of thousands walking by and just watching that's why I wish I had maybe a 360 camera. I don't know. It would have been cool to see all the people that congregated to watch and take pictures, and how many times we had to ask, like, when can we ride? And we're like, Monday at whenever they open.
Yeah, it was great to see fans on almost like a conveyor belt. New fans would come in, they'd watch for 15, 20 minutes, and they'd kind of fade out. And then they would just coming back. You saw pizzas on the sidelines. You saw beer on the sidelines, Landshark Bar and Grill. That place was bumping there as well. It definitely brought that entertainment value. And Josh, you and I both have been preaching on that. We brought the sunshine. We brought everything else. But more importantly, we brought some big name sponsors that helped us out of that competition. Give them a shout out there, big guy.
Yeah, right off the bat, you got to thank the host venue, Margaritaville. I mean, top notch, beautiful hotel, pools, and beautiful wave. And then Winfield Aquaflow Boards, huge supporter of the sport. He's the man. Got to give him his props. So shout out Aquaflow Boards. The Treesome Natural Food Cafe. Levi, his boy, is a top rider, so big support. I can't wait to get down to South Florida and get some of those fruit bowls from there. CCI Sports with Matt, Lexi, that whole crew. You have Exhibit Craft, Broward Blueprint, and Interior Systems Manufacturing. It was a community. We needed everyone's support to make it happen, and I could not thank you guys for supporting. And the goal is let's run it back, hopefully. 2026, we're already thinking about it.
Yeah, let's definitely mark those Canadas back down. Hopefully we'll be back up for that Fins Up Pro. But it's time to pack up our board bags once again. We're not too far away from going out to the West Coast edition of it. We're going to Ogden, Utah here in July. TK, your home wave, you know the vibe out there. You're going to be up at iFly the majority of the time hanging out with Eric Silverman. What are you looking forward to as we go into Utah?
Honestly, everything being up and ready before we get there. Sean always gets his little groms to get everything set up before we even step off the plane, and it's so nice to just walk into a venue and have everything done for you. But yeah, I fly for sure. I'm going to see how many people Sean lets me fly. So if you guys are coming to Utah and you want to give iFly a try, your first fly might be on me. It'll be free. But I don't know how many people I could take, so don't everybody show up at once.
Ooh, put that on camera.
But if you haven't done it before, just ask all the people last year. The Newman brothers flew incredible, and I think they're by far the best flyers I've taken. Oh, no, I lied. Trevor. Where's he from? Texas? Really long hair? Best flyer I've ever had. Not Scott Callens. Scott Callens was not the best flyer I've ever had. He's got to be bad at something. Thank goodness it's that.
Yeah. So we'll be packing up those bags, heading out there. Josh, as well as I do, after this last event, pre-registration was huge. It helped make sure we had some great heat, some great battling. What is expected out of these riders that are going to be heading out to Utah?
Utah, you know what? It always is fireworks in the pro division, especially stand up. So I know Jake Chipman is out there. I know Logan's waiting. So I'm really excited. I know Scott's he's on a hot streak, but I think some guys want to hold down their home wave. I know TK wants to get that dub. He's been fighting, he's been that 3 jets. So no, really looking excited for Utah. I talked to Sean this morning. He's over in Lake Powell, so he's enjoying some lake time, and I know he's getting ready for the flowboarding community to show up, and let's get some big numbers.
Nice. If you guys do plan on going out there, make sure you guys email Josh ahead of time. Let us know what divisions you are. It's super easy to do. That way we can start getting everyone in the Stacked app. TK, you and I both know that Stacked app played big favors this weekend. It's a huge turnout for us, and we got to have those live stream numbers right there, big guy.
Oh yeah. And I just want to say, if you are coming out to Utah, the best thing about it is you don't even need to rent a car, because that train from the airport takes you right to the venue.
Very true.
So no excuses.
Yep, definitely look into that one. So heading out to Utah. We are looking forward to it, and we hope you guys are as well. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell, hit that like bell. We have got more action coming to you. Josh, any final thoughts as we head up through almost at the halfway point of the season? It's hard to believe we're only 2 stops in, but we're almost halfway done.
Well, like you said, we're rolling. The season's heating up. First off, for everyone that was at Margaritaville, I want to give up one more shout out. Happy Father's Day. I wasn't there to share with my dad, but I was on the phone with him. My parents watched the live stream. So for all the parents, all the dads that were there, thank you guys. We love spending these special days with families and friends and making memories. So I hope you guys had a great time. I did. It was busy. It was hot, but I could not be more excited with that turnout of 85 riders signed up. And then lastly, I know this is going to come out a couple days late, but I have to get a shout out. Happy 21st birthday, Nate Newman. You are a legal man. So can't wait to see you, my man. And to all the community, can't wait to see you in Utah. See you on the waves.
DK, any final thoughts going into the second half of the season here?
No, it was awesome. My dad was out in the stream, so I made sure I wished him a happy Father's Day. I definitely got to call him though. But no, I'm looking forward to Utah for sure. One of my favorite stops, big wave, and I do want to thank Margaritaville because it was so hot and we had so much work to do that I didn't really get a chance to film that much. But David came through with photos, and Eli came through with drones. Same with you, Andy. I know you probably wanted to fly more, but yeah, thanks so much to the community because the edit that I'll put out, it's going to be 50% other people's stuff.
And Schuster as well. All the shots were epic.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much as a community. You guys have been tagging us more, sharing a lot of our stuff. We do really, really appreciate it. We hope you guys continue to do it. So as always, hit that like notification bell. Subscribe to this channel and keep growing, keep showing, and keep flowing. As always, we will see you on the next wave.